everyone, I am Stardust Sims and welcome to my updated thumbnail tutorial. And it was requested, so I decided that I will do it. This is my sim Ella Ward. I've been playing with their family a few months ago, and yeah. So basically the first thing you do is download Creator Sim Poses. If you don't know how to do that, it is so simple. If you just look up how to install mods, literally it is for the sake of like 3 minutes of your time. Like it is nothing compared to how much effort it took to download mods in The Sims 3. So if I have any recommendations, it is to download the plain Creator Sim background. And this will make it so much easier for editing later. I will put a link below of the ones that I used. You can only put in one of the backgrounds though, because if you do too many, it will confuse the game. Or if you put more than one in, it will crash the game. So just use one at a time at your desired colour. I will put that in the description below. Okay, so once you finally get the pose that you want, and I've just done it, then you click C and it will be in your documents. So here we are in screenshots, and I've already got the picture because I've recorded this like 17,000 times. All you have to do is when you locate the screenshot, you just open it with Photoshop, and it is as simple as that so far. And then you go into, you unlock the background layer with the little, there was a little locking key over there, and then you right click on the eraser tool to get the magic eraser tool, and you simply click it, and if it's a plain background you can see why it's so much easier now, and you just clear what you want. That bit can't be cleared, and if you're really particular and if you want to fix something about your sim, then like for me, I just want to smooth out the hands a little bit because the skin I've used, the S Club skin, looks a bit strange in screenshot. So yeah, and then what you need to do is have a background picture, and just go into gameplay and take any random background picture. This is my picture I took of Windenburg when I first got Get to Work at Christmas. It was incredible. I love this town. It is my favorite town. Look how amazing it looks. Like it's got all the nice trees and it's just so calm and away from everyone. It's just so lovely. Anyways, and then when you've got that, you just leave it there for a minute and you go over to your sim and you simply just click on the move tool and make sure you can drag it over to this. It's simple as that, no copy and pasting, just drag it and then place it in. Resize however you wish. Her eyes aren't really open in this picture, which slightly bugs me, but I'll have to survive with that. Okay, so when you've done that, what you are going to do is you're going to go to filters, but when you click on, you have to click on the layer of the outside world that you have got for Sims, and you click filter, blur, lens blur, I believe. And I personally put the radius to 14, which is already there anyway, and the rest of this just there. It's easier to put it there because you can still see what it is, but it takes the focus away from the background and puts it more on the sim that you have created, which I personally like better. So what you're going to do is click on the sim layer then, and then double click it and go to layer style, which is just double clicking this square right here, and then go to outer glow and change this cream color to white, and the opacity still stays the same, and just put it to size 7, or it can vary, but it's easier to just do 7. Then there's drop shadow in the distance 14, 15, 14. The spread is 17 and the size is 21. Okay, And here you go. So the focus is taken a bit away from the background. Personally, I feel like that's too far, so maybe you might want to change the distance to however fits for you. I personally prefer doing that, so yeah. And then what I recommend is going on to Google and getting a glitter image, just type in glitter background and paste it on with Control-V and change the opacity and drag the sim layer on top of everything. So for me it kind of looks a bit like snow in Windenburg, which I think is so cool because Windenburg in the snow was incredible. I had a mod for that and it looked just incredible. And you can see that it creates a bit more diversity to the background and makes it look a bit better, and yeah. So that's what you just need to do for that. Oh, I just dropped something. Okay. So, personally I like doing this where you just change the contrast and brightness to however you wish. I personally prefer doing it a bit more like that. And that just is on its own thing. You can just do that for the background if you want, but personally I prefer doing it for that. Make sure that the sim is always on top of everything, apart from this brightness and contrast layer, because in the next part you will see why. So next is the font, and I've just downloaded some fonts, but actually before the font, it's probably better to go to image size 12, is it 1260? I think it's 1260 by 720. It's either 1260 or 1240, but I believe it's 1260, so I'll try that. And this is how the thumbnail will look in YouTube anyway, and that is just easier to work from when you do the text anyway. So what you do is you just start typing. So for me it's going to be called updated and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it next. It really depends. It's different for every video. So different for every video. Okay, so what you do is I don't know what layer 3 is personally, it's just that, so you probably wouldn't get that if you're not like me. So what you do is you just double click on this little thing over here, and then you click on pattern overlay, and you download patterns. This is optional, you don't have to, but I personally like doing this, where you have downloaded a pattern to Photoshop. There's loads of free patterns on Photoshop. It is completely up to you which ones you want, and yeah, so there is that. And then we're gonna do a drop shadow just so you can see it. It's better, I personally find that better than stroke tool, so yeah, that's probably what we will do. So drop shadow opacity would be 40. It could be bigger. I probably will end up editing this in a minute. This is just the typical ones I use. Spread 6 and size 9. Okay. So for that you can see that maybe I might want a bit of a more emphasis on it. But it's really up to you. You can do whatever, but they're the defaults I usually use if I don't have much time to make a thumbnail. I just use the defaults. But if you have more time, then you can obviously make some better ones. So the next thing is completely optional, but I personally love doing it. You click on the create a new layer thing. It is the little piece of paper with the triangle thing, and you click on the M tool or the rectangular marquee tool, and you try and make an almost border around the edge. Like, it's really hit and miss whether you get it right or not. And then what you do is you go on to select inverse. So as you can see, it's kind of done this. So then what you do is you click on this little paint bucket tool over here and fill it in so you know exactly where it is. Then, as similar as what we did before, just go into layer styles, and again I will use the glitter pattern, but it's optional if you actually want to do this at all, but I like it, so I'll do that. And voila. And then just click Ctrl D to deselect it, and make sure that the sim layer is on the very top of everything. And there you have it. That is how I create my thumbnails, and I hope this was easy enough to understand. I tried to condense it down as much as I could, so hopefully you liked it. So I will see you in the next video.